Dr. Motwani here. We're in the laser room at Motwani LASIK Institute in La Jolla, California. We're going to talk today about LASIK cost, one of the most asked questions. What does laser vision cost? What should it cost? This is a big problem because you see a lot of people trying to use cost as a way to get people in. These ridiculous ads, $250 an eye, which are so misleading. You cannot do anyone's laser for $250 an eye. It's impossible, okay? It's been impossible for years. It was never possible. It's nonsense. These machines cost a ton of money. This is an Alcon Wavelight EX500. That is an FS200 to make a laser flap. These two machines together cost over $600,000. The maintenance is $30,000 a year, and you have to pay for every single procedure that's done for every eye that's done. It's a hell of a game they got going. Pay a ton of money for the laser and pay for every single procedure that's going. You can lower the cost if you use a cheaper laser. Vizx lasers haven't changed in years. I can buy one for $100,000 rather than, I don't know, what do we say, $600,000 for this? And that's a heck of a lot cheaper. And their per procedure costs are less too. And so there is a certain amount of money that must be spent. We haven't even got into the analytical devices yet. We haven't gotten into, hey, paying me or my staff or my insurance and all of these things. It just never adds up to that cheap. Most patients will pay at discount centers anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 for two eyes. Better centers will be $3,000 to $4,000. The best centers are usually $4,000 to $6,000. The best centers usually are doing the best technology. Make sure that you know the difference and what you're getting. Really, in the world today, in our United States today, we essentially have two major companies, the Wavelight lasers, and you also have the Vizx lasers. There's a huge difference. It's not the same thing anymore. You have to know what it costs. Trying to get laser on the cheap is, well, you know, trying to get any surgery on the cheap. It's just your appetite for risk. The riskier the situation is, the higher the chance you could damage your corneas or damage your eyes. The worst centers, because the procedure is so good, will probably still do better, really well on a high majority of patients. But the question is the patients that don't do well. And the other part of the issue is what happens when a patient has an issue. Hey, I have patients that have issues. I'm not working on plastic. I'm working on human beings. I'm working on biological systems. Patients have problems. 80% of the patients do perfectly right out the gate. They don't need me. You know, I could just do it. They don't really need anything beyond my doing the surgery. Then there's another 15% by rule of thumb that need more care and 5% that need even more care. Those are the patients that really need me, and very frankly, that's true of almost everything in medicine. Problem is, you never know who those patients are going to be. It might be the simpler patient that looks simpler, turns out to have issues because his body reacts a different way. I've done patients that are extremely complex. 6 diopters of hyperopia, 6, 7 diopters of astigmatism, 10, 12, 13, 14 diopters of myopia, and the patients do great right out the gate and do beautifully. Then I'll do a simple procedure and the patient will need an enhancement. They'll have dry eyes, they'll have allergies, they'll have all these other issues that cause problems. That's when you need me, and you never know when that's going to be. So the cost you're paying for is not just, hey, I'm getting the laser. What happens if something goes wrong? Someone's going to be there. The cost you're paying for is the technology and the skill to use that properly. Is that going to be for your lifetime? Yeah. So really, what matters to you? $2,500 or $4,500 spread out across your life?